Yo! So now we are in Las Vegas. This morning we started off in San Jose and we took the Southwest flight directly to Las Vegas. And it was raining in San Jose at the time, and now the rain has caught up to us in Las Vegas. First thing we did when we got to Las Vegas was check into our hotel, which is the Bellagio Hotel. And afterwards we spent some time in the pool, and we also ate some gelato at the Gelato Cafe in the Bellagio after the pool time. We are here in Vegas on a day in the early November month, and the weather here is pretty nice for walking. It is a little bit cold in the morning, but in the afternoons it's perfect for walking. We spent some time again in the Gelato Cafe. The Gelato Cafe was a very good deal for us because the single cup with 2 scoops of ice cream was only $6.50. So it was quite a lot of gelato for the money, which is surprising considering it's inside the Bellagio Hotel. So afterwards, after we ate the gelato, we just were walking around, spending most of our time indoors because it was starting to get rainy outside. And today we'll be spending most of our time indoors, and tomorrow we'll be walking down towards the Mandalay Bay. Our first meal in Las Vegas was actually at Nacho Daddy. We chose Nacho Daddy because it was open early in the morning. We got there at around 10 a.m. and we got the surf and turf nachos. The surf and turf nachos were surprisingly good. It was very cheesy. The steak was soft, and the nachos were crispy. The only downside about the Nacho Daddy restaurant was that the area we were sitting in was fairly smelly for some reason. It smelled kind of like vomit, to be honest. But overall, we really enjoyed Nacho Daddy despite the smell because it was a very good deal. The food filled us up for only about $33, and the food was actually really good. So we recommend Nacho Daddy if you're budget conscious and are looking for some good snacks in Las Vegas. We had dinner yesterday at Julian Serrano Tapas, and the restaurant, we went there at around 5, and it was pretty it was pretty quiet there at around 5 when it was opened on a Monday, or actually a Tuesday evening. And for the appetizer, we got the tuna rolls, or the tuna cups. And the tuna cups were really good. They were very expensive though. It was $24 for 3 cups or cones. And we shared the cones because we were trying to limit our budget at the tapas restaurant. The main reason we were trying to limit our budget is because we have a $75 food and beverage credit with the MGM Resort. So we were trying to, limit our spending based on our food and beverage credit. After the tuna cones, we got the seafood paella. The seafood paella was probably better than the paella that we ate at in Barcelona. It had lobster, it had shrimp, it had some sausage, it even had some chicken inside of the paella. And the paella was a lot better after we squeezed some lemon into the paella. And overall, we really enjoyed the Julian Serrano Tapas restaurant. For dessert, we got some churros with some chocolate, and the bill came out to be around $150 after tax and tip. So it's quite a pricey restaurant. Once again, the appetizers are very small and they will barely fill you up, and they cost at least $20. So be prepared for the high cost of Julian Serrano Tapas. This is actually our day 2 of the Las Vegas trip. And we had a very good night's sleep at the Bellagio, which we are paying about $400 a night for. So it's a pretty pricey, but the pool is nice and the sleeping experience and the room comfort is very good. So, you know, if you are looking to pay maybe twice the price of other hotels in Las Vegas, the Bellagio is a pretty good choice. It's right in the center of everything. The only thing is the Bellagio hotel is kind of getting a little bit old. For lunch today, we had Ja burrito, which is actually is it Ja sushi burrito? I don't know, something Ja burrito. But basically, it's sushi burritos wrapped in seaweed. So we got a sushi burrito, and then we also got a sushi bowl. The sushi bowl was a lot better deal than the sushi burrito because the sushi bowl has more food in terms of weight. They're able to fit more food in the bowl than in a wrap roll. So if you do eat at Ja Burrito, it's near the Link High Roller. We recommend getting the sushi bowl rather than the burrito if you're budget conscious. For dinner tonight, we had the Brera Osteria. It's a Italian restaurant in the Venetian canal shops. We got the amatriciana pasta and also a diavolina pizza. And both of the dishes were really great tasting. The pasta was a good al dente. The pasta itself was al dente, so it's not what we're used to in terms of the pasta texture in a lot of the American Italian restaurants. So the al dente texture in this case was more like the texture that we get in Italy itself. So we were surprised that the pasta tasted kind of like what we were used to in Italy. So overall, we think that the Brera Osteria was a very good restaurant, and it's not that expensive either for being inside of the canal shops. So we would highly recommend it. Next up, we are heading to the Wynn Hotel for our only Vegas show of this trip, which is the Awakening show. It's a brand new show in the Wynn Hotel. Literally, it was first premiered this Monday, which is 2 days ago. So this is actually the third show ever, and we're excited to see how it is. We've never read any reviews or seen anything really about it, so we're hoping to be surprised. So we've just finished watching the Awakening show at the Wynn Theater. The show was totally different than what we were expecting. I mean, we had zero expectations, but this show was totally different than anything that we had anticipated. So it's basically like a variety show, Vegas style, with a weird kind of Lord of the Rings style storyline. So it definitely isn't something that is for all audiences. I think old people probably wouldn't like it that much. In terms of the show itself, it's more of like a dance and lighting effects and sound effects show along with puppetry. So if you're into dance and kind of like costumes and special effects, you'll definitely like the show. But overall, I think it's for a small audience. Make sure that you kind of get an idea of what it is before you watch it. But overall, we really did enjoy the show. It really put a smile on our face, and the energy of the show was really awesome. I think overall it was very much a Vegas style show, if you know what I mean. This morning, on the third day of our trip, we had Egg Slut. It's in the Cosmopolitan, and it's very well rated and very well hyped. And when we got there at around 7:08, the line was about 25 minutes long for us to get our order. And then we got the Fairfax sandwich and the Gaucho sandwich. The Fairfax is just basically like a scrambled egg sandwich, and the Gaucho is a tri-tip steak sandwich with some egg in it. We also got a side salad of arugula and an orange juice. So overall, I think we kind of agree that the place is overhyped. The meal was about $50, and for $50 you can kind of get a pretty decent sit-down breakfast meal, probably at the Henry. So in terms of food, it's not really that great tasting. It tastes very normal, like what you would expect of an egg sandwich on a bun. And the steak sandwich kind of tasted like a roast beef sandwich. So overall, we wouldn't really recommend it. I mean, if you do go there for one time, that'd be great. We had a little bit better luck with lunch today because we ate at Din Tai Fung. Din Tai Fung is a dumpling chain, and this is our second time eating there. The first time we ate there, it wasn't that good, so we were expecting to be disappointed again. But this time we got the vegetable and pork dumpling, wontons, and then we got the xiaolongbao, which is their famous specialty dumplings, and also we got some Taiwanese cabbage. So this time the food was a lot better than last time. The xiaolongbaos were, I think, similar to the first time we ate them, and we weren't that impressed with the xiaolongbao, but the Taiwanese cabbage and the vegetable and pork wontons were fantastic. I think if you do eat at Din Tai Fung, definitely try to get the Taiwanese cabbage and also some kind of wontons, because those are the two dishes that we really enjoyed a lot. Next up, we are gonna be walking around towards the Mandalay Bay and having dinner tonight at Joe's seafood restaurant. So this is our last day here, and we hope it's gonna be a good one after we eat some seafood. This being our final day in Vegas, we wanted to give some of our thoughts about Vegas in general, from our certain style of traveling and checking out places. So Vegas to us is more of an entertainment destination. It's not really a traveling destination. I mean, there's not much in terms of actual sightseeing here. It's mostly, you know, you are stimulating yourself through shows, through casino wins, through like showgirls, or like just a lot of eye candy here. And a lot of the eye candy, you kind of shouldn't be using your brains that much, because a lot of it is kind of like fake stuff. Like, it's, you know, everything in Vegas is basically fake because it's a desert, first of all, and it shouldn't even be here, especially all the water and whatnot. So we did enjoy Vegas, and I think we also enjoyed the show that we saw last night, the Awakening show. We enjoyed the food here, and we kind of just enjoyed walking around in Vegas. But the feel of Vegas is kind of weird. It's kind of like it's like I said. I mean, it's not real, first of all, and it tries to do something that it's not really, and it's mostly just a huge mall. Vegas is basically the biggest mall in the world, all combined into one long strip street. And so if you like malls, and I personally really like malls, but Vegas is kind of a little bit too much at times at being a mall. I mean, you're walking across the same stores over and over again, and after a while it seems like even the really nice looking buildings and really nice looking architecture and interior design stuff kind of seems normal, because you're constantly running across the same thing over and over again. So yeah, I mean, we enjoyed Vegas, but it's not something that we would probably do again or be enthusiastic about doing again. So it's just our kind of flavor, our kind of style of traveling. We're not that kind of people who enjoy Vegas. You might be somebody who enjoys Vegas, so you really do need to visit once or twice before you can make that decision. So our last dinner in Las Vegas was at Joe's Seafood and Stone Crab and Steakhouse. Joe's has been around here for a while, and they're always well known for good steaks and seafood, so we got the 5 large stone crab claws and also the ribeye steak, 16 ounce, medium rare with less salt. And then we also got sides of 4 or 5 cheese, mac and cheese, and also the broccolini. So the steak was really good. One of the top steaks that we've ever eaten at a steakhouse. And the crab was interesting. It was very fresh, and the texture is in between a scallop and a fish. So in terms of the texture, we don't really prefer it among the other seafoods we've had. I think if we had a choice, we would rather just eat some scallops instead. But if you've never had stone crab before, it's probably worth a try at least once in your life. But otherwise, it's not something that we are excited about. So overall, we really enjoyed Joe's seafood. It's very expensive though. Our bill came out to be around $270 after tax and tip. So if you do go, maybe just skip the stone crab if you've had it before. Otherwise, the steaks are really fantastic. So that concludes our time in Las Vegas. Hope you enjoyed watching.